Hey, all, today we're going to continue talking about the normal model and the normal distribution. Last time we spoke, it was about using the normal model to find percentages or proportions of area underneath the normal curve if we were given a data point that we were interested in. And today we're going to talk about using percentages and going the other way to find out data values. And so we have this gas guzzlers problem again here, where we have a normal model or approximately normal distribution of fuel economy for vehicles according to the EPA, with a mean of 24.8 miles per gallon and a standard deviation of 6.2 miles per gallon. And so that looked something like this. It's always good to draw. Mine are not the best, but it's good to at least draw the curve and put your mean on there at the very least. You could put your 3 standard deviations above and below if you'd like to. You might find that this is equally as helpful and takes a little less time. And so we want to know, what is the miles per gallon for a vehicle that represents the 15th percentile? And so we want to know the 15th percentile would be the lowest 15%. And so that would be somewhere here. That's what we're going to look for. What is this value that cuts off the lowest 15% of vehicles and their fuel economy? And so we can use the calculator. We are going to hit the second button and we're going to go to our distribution list. We find that by hitting second vars. And last time we used option 2, normal CDF, and this time we are going to use option 3, inverse normal. We are doing the opposite thing. And what we want to do is tell the calculator what the area is that we've shaded in. So when I look at my picture here, my area is on the left. We always have to tell the calculator the area to the left of the value we want, and then how much area that is. So in this case, the area I'm concerned with is to the left of the value I want, and it's 15% of our area. And so I'm going to say 0.15. I'm going to tell it the mean, which is 24.8, and the standard deviation, which is 6.2. Hit enter a couple times, and it's going to give me a value. That value represents a miles per gallon, 18.37 miles per gallon. And so that means that vehicle with a fuel economy of 18.37 miles per gallon would represent the 15th percentile, or that means that 15% of our vehicles are below 18.37 miles per gallon. So we did the opposite of what we did last time. Last time we would have been given this value and asked to find the area. This time we're using the area to figure out, hey, what value cuts off the lowest 15%? And so we can do the same thing for any percentage that is interesting to us. So the 98th percentile would be somewhere over here. And that would mean that 98% of the area underneath our curve is to the left of that value, which is nice because that's what we need to tell the calculator. And so we can, again, hit second and that vars button to get our distribution list. Choice 3, inverse normal. Whenever you're using a percentage to find a data point, that's the inverse of what we started with. We'll tell it that the area is 0.98. Don't tell it 98%, it's 0.98. We can keep our mean and standard deviation the same because it's the same model. And we get an answer of 37.53. And so that means that 98% of the vehicles will have a fuel economy of 37.53 miles per gallon or less, which makes sense. That's pretty high. The last one is asking to find out the values for Q1 and Q3. So let me draw a new curve quickly here. Again, I'm not great at this, but it's helpful to draw the picture. Q1 cuts off 25% of my data. It's in the middle of the lowest and the median, and so Q1 means that there's 25% of my data to the left. Q3 is going to be at the 75th percentile. There's going to be 75% of the data points below it. So Q3 is going to be somewhere here. And this area is going to be 75% of my area. Sorry if that's too hard to see. And so basically what I have here is two of the problems that I just did. I'm going to tell my calculator, hey, tell me what miles per gallon cuts off 25% to the left and what miles per gallon cuts off 75% to the left. So what I'd like you to do right now is pause and see if you can find those values. So hopefully you found our Q1 to be 20.62 miles per gallon and our Q3 to be 28.98 miles per gallon. This is kind of cool because now we can find the IQR if we wanted to. Even though this is a normal distribution, it's symmetric. We probably would talk about standard deviation, but it is a value we can still find. If you do have questions on how to use the calculator, how to find these things, what does it mean about the pictures, anything about this lesson, please make sure that you ask me for help. There are a few problems I'm going to ask you, a few questions I'm going to ask you here. So as always, watch to the end, answer the questions. If you need help, ask. Good luck.